And we are online with Twitter, Facebook, and now YouTube. All right, what's up, everybody? Gonna do the watch list video for tomorrow, or build the watch list for tomorrow. My eyes are itchy. Hold on one second. Just took a shower. And I don't know if I have a little soap in my eyes or something. So if you guys see here, we're still kind of in the middle of this this rising wedge pattern on the futures, and we are still going up, guys. We're still going up. We're above that 200 SMA. We're above $300. We're slowly moving up here on the rising wedge. So we'll have to see kind of that 310-ish area, see if it can break out over that. Let's see on the weekly. We're above on the 20, so we'd like to get above that last week's 307.58. Continue up, and then there's also some resistance around that $313. You have some moving average lines pinching on the weekly, so that's potentially a good sign of continuation upwards. And let's look at the monthly. The monthly, yeah, still continuing. It's up above the 9 EMA. So it's looking pretty good, guys. You guys have been hearing Trump talking about a potential V-shaped recovery. So he's been saying V-shaped recovery. We'll have to see how that plays out, or if that plays out and what that looks like. If it continues in the same way that we have going now, you can see this is right now a somewhat of a V. It hasn't completed a V. We'll have to see if it can continue up and complete a V-shaped recovery. That would be nice. We will have to wait and see, but right now we're above that 200 SMA. We're continuing up. We're in that rising wedge. Things are looking pretty good at the moment. So that's a good thing, guys. We wanted to get above 300 and above that 200 SMA. Now that we're doing it, that is a good sign. So let's build the watch list for tomorrow. Can you guys hear me okay in the trade room and on YouTube or on social media land? You guys can hear me okay? You guys are quiet today. Awesome. Farouk, you get the participation trophy today, man. You're the only one. Everybody's quiet. Oh, Mark hears me. Joe. All right. Now everybody see that? Once I give Farouk the participation trophy, everybody else wants to join in. So, all right, let's take a look. Barclays. That might be interesting. Possible cup and handle-ish here on the hourly. It's a little bit it's overextended on the daily, but this one may be setting up for a possible breakout. We might put BCS. It kind of has a morning star pattern. What's up, Rodrigo? What's up, Jerry? Trying to think if I have anything funny to tell you guys today, or any controversial stories. Do I have any controversies? I mean, oh yeah, guys. I mean, legit question, right? Is coronavirus over? Does anybody know if the coronavirus is over? And you could say, well, what are you talking about? Of course it's not over with. Are you being a jerk? Well, I thought we're supposed to shelter in place and not go out in public in large crowds of people. And there's been large groups of people all over the United States and the world out and about. Not saying whether I agree or disagree with them. I'm just saying there's a massive amount of people out in the world today, and they're not social distancing whatsoever. So does that mean, hey, if I can go out and protest with thousands of people, can I maybe go to the church or something? Is that possible? You know, right? Can I go? Legit question. If I can go out and protest down the street or in my local neighborhood with hundreds and thousands of people, can I go to church? Right? If I want the ability to go to church, I can protest but can't go to church. That's very Question, right? That's a good question. Not political, guys. That's a legitimate question. Why can't I go to church, but I could go protest with thousands of people? I'd wear a mask. If you want me to wear a mask in church, I'd wear a mask in church. Or can I have outdoor services with hundreds of people wearing my mask? Legitimate question. All right. So my question is Corona over? Is it over and done with? Because I don't hear anybody on the news talking about Corona anymore. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. The protests will test the virus in a few weeks. Just like everybody thought when Florida, right? All those states, right? Florida opened up. Supposedly they were going to have catastrophe. Looks like they're doing just fine. Weird stuff. Very, very weird. Church will be in a closed, tight space versus outdoors. Well, okay, so can I have outdoor church services? Because there was some churches that were getting busted for having outdoor services in cars. I heard stuff that you weren't allowed to have church services even in cars recently, or over the coronavirus. You know? I don't know. It's interesting. Azul. This one might be setting up. Possible flat top, inverse head and shoulders. What is that, an airline? I also read the other day, too, guys. I saw a statistic on the CDC website. And you can. This is not what I didn't make this up. This is the CDC, which is gospel, right? the CDC, not the CDC, but the CDC statistics. There was a whole big thing on the statistics. It showed the death rate for coronavirus was actually less percentage-wise than the flu. Thought that was very interesting too. So, weird stuff, guys. Weird stuff. An entire country and world shut down for a couple months. Masks work, they don't work, they work, they don't work. One of the Italian guy coming on saying, "Don't worry, Corona won't kill human beings, won't hurt the public." Then we're shut down. These people die, and then I just saw a statistic last week or end of last week showed the flu is more deadly than the coronavirus statistically on the CDC website. And then I'm hearing now, reading stuff that the WHO is basically contradicting the CDC, and the WHO saying you don't need to wear a mask, while the CDC is saying you're supposed to wear a mask. In my brain, I just think logically, and I said, what the heck is going on? And then I turn on the news, and I see everybody's out in public, tons of people all next to each other. So you can say, well, hey, they're outdoors and they're in the public, but weren't people getting upset at all the spring breakers going to the beach? The beach was out in public. Remember when the people that went to Florida for spring break, everybody was in an uproar over that, right? That's an outdoor space. So if I can't go to church, but remember Florida, all those people, spring breaker, I was making fun of those guys. Remember I played that video? I said, oh my gosh, these spring breakers are crazy, right? And Florida ended up being just fine. Very weird stuff. Very weird. C-Dev. Maybe you might put that one on. What do you guys think? Thoughts on VISL? Mark. I can't say it on here, Mark, because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want my hand slapped. I always get my hand slapped enough. VISL for Christina. This one's, well, it gapped up. It's kind of bearish at the moment on that 200 SMA. So I personally don't like it. Could it go up? Sure. I just don't play around with stuff when it gaps up and kind of starts to fail like that. You guys like my new t-shirt? I got this lovely surprise in the mail today. I just went out to my mailbox right before I started the stream, and then I opened it up. I was like, I didn't order something from Barstool Sports, but then I found out a friend of mine got me this, and it's It's Portnoy Elon Musk 2024. It's very comfortable. It's lovely. It's very soft too. And I think it's on a Bella Canvas t-shirt. So I decided to put it on for the stream for you guys. Oh, what are you guys saying here before I continue? So the cases are still increasing across the country. So not over. So, okay. So it's still on. We're supposed to social distance, but there's a lot of people. In fairness, there's a lot of people that are not social distancing right now. That's what I see on television. They're showing me a lot of people all over the place not. So the guidelines are arbitrary. Yeah, that wasn't a thing. Most states promoted the car church. That's because most cases cannot even be tested. N95 or better. Oh yeah, no social distance. What shoes are you wearing? Oh, you guys want to see my shoes right now? I'm wearing the orthopedic ones. I wouldn't wear these out in public, but I wear these when I stream to help with my back, so it doesn't hurt so bad when I stand. All right, let's continue this watch list here. BA. I'll take a look at BA. I'll look at that now so I don't forget. Oh, yeah, BA might be setting up too. Possible bull flag. Yeah, this might be setting up for a breakout. That's for sure. Yeah, look at that bull flag on the hourly too. Good call, Mark. We're going to put BA on the swing trade watch list. That would make sense because American Airlines, I'm probably putting that one on there as well. So, what else we got? You're welcome. So you've been waiting after that first breakout. Yeah, I'll pull that one up after too. I'll put the support and resistance on it. We'll take a look. Ooh. AMC Entertainment. That's a movie theater company. Maybe the movie theaters. Someone was asking me the other day, it said, do you think we'll ever be able to go to the movies again? And I'm sure. There we go. That might be setting up. I'm sure we'll be able to go to the movies again. AMC. You guys looking forward to all summer? The heat, wearing the masks? Out in public all summer? 100-degree weather, wearing masks? There were a lot of people wearing masks at the protests that I've been seeing. But at the same time, there were a lot of people being naughty and they were protesting without masks. That's very weird. Every time I seem to pull up Bed Bath & Beyond, it always seems to have a kind of a flag pattern going on. So Bed Bath & Beyond may be setting up as well, potentially for... Yeah, Bed Bath & Beyond. Might put that one on. I might put American Airlines down here. Might put American Airlines on the swing trade watch list. Alcoa. This one may be interesting as well. possible flag as well. Yeah, might be setting up bull flag on the hourly. Maybe we'll put that one down. Well, gold is creeping, huh? AGI, that's kind of got a... Ooh. You guys see there, it's kind of a falling wedge-ish kind of... kind of. It's not a lot of room up to resistance, but still might be making a push up. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is still moving up from that. Still has that bear flag-ish pattern, but it's still continuing up right here. Kind of got a weird pattern though, but you want to see it clear those moving average lines around that 2560-ish range. Oh. This one might be interesting. What's that? BSIG. Might put that one. Maybe I'll put that on the swing trade. Or maybe I like this one better. What's the other one? ABR? Maybe I like ABR better. I might put ABR on instead. Yeah, I'm going to put ABR. If you guys see, I changed my charts up today. I changed the chart colors to, if you guys noticed, to our wallpaper backgrounds. So blue is bullish, orange is bearish. So I'm training my eyes. Dan made the suggestion. He goes, hey, he made a positive suggestion. He goes, I changed my coloring on my candlesticks to orange and blue like our wallpapers. And so then he probably knows, instead of telling me to do it, he just knows by mentioning that, then I'm going to probably think, hey, that actually sounds like a really good idea. So now today was my first day having the blue for bullish and orange for bearish. Trying to keep things more artistic. So if you're wondering if my colors are why they're different, we just made them the colors of our wallpaper backgrounds to be different. So... Nerve mark. Hey, so it's a little bit bearish at the moment. So, if it can creep above that 20 EMA, that 502 area, it might have a chance. It's kind of bearish at the moment. You like that? They are more clear. I didn't notice. You like the blue and the orange better? Let's see if there's any other large caps I want to put on. Tesla. Speaking of Elon. Dang. Look at that, huh? Tesla. Oh. Got some room up to that 945, 968 area. Look at that. Inverse head and shoulders. Whew. Roku. Maybe I'll put Bed Bath & Beyond down on the swing trade watch list. BBBOI. All right, let me do the alert levels. So BTE. I haven't put this one on lately, but now it's hard to ignore this. Kind of that inverse head and shoulders-ish. It's an energy company. Penny stock. Creeping if it can get above that 34-cent area. Right over there. Sam says, thanks for all the info. As a new trader, it's really helping me out. Love it. I don't trade futures as much. Rose and Sig do. So Thompson, if you want to do futures, Rose does it all day teaching on Thursdays. Sig does it as well. Baytex Energy. So you actually can see a big inverse head and shoulders on the hourly as well as the daily. So let's see if we can get above that 35-cent area. And there's a daily gap around 62 cents. So see if it can go up in this gap. 62 to 78. Inverse head and shoulders on 1 hour and daily. Watch if price can get above 35 cents with daily gap 66 cents to 78 cents. You said, you're welcome, Thompson. What brokers does Thinkorswim allow? You're in Thinkorswim is only TD Ameritrade. BlackBerry? Let me take a look at BlackBerry. Yeah, that's a nice one. I see. This is where I'd like to have caught it right here. I'd like to put it when it's here, not when it's out here. That's perfect right here if you caught it right here. Well, right here. So see if we can 886 level. Kind of a flag on the daily. 886. 983. Bull flag on the hourly. 880. 890-ish area. Bull flag on 1 hour. Watch if price can break out with resistance around 890-ish. $124 to $147. You guys see the daily gap between $124 to $147-ish? Bull flag on daily. Watch for possible breakout and gap between 124 to 147-ish. AMC Has a flag with resistance 553 to 640 ish. 550 to 650. That could be a head and shoulders as well, but it is holding support. I want to see if it can clear. Let me look at the hourly. Looks a little bit better. 550. 570. 550 to 570-ish. Possible flag on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance between 550 to 570-ish. So watch if price can get above that. Kind of 540-ish with resistance around that 550 to 570-ish. $75, $78. Let's see here on the hourly. Hammer on daily. Watch for possible move up with resistance between 75 cents to 80 cents. All right. ASM took off after hours. Yeah, it was on the watch list. It took off after hours. Let's see. Hey-o. Look at that one, huh? Yep, look at that after hours, huh? That was on the watch list. That was, I thought it was. Was that on last week's watch list? AF. When did I have that one on there? I thought I had it on. Wasn't today? Was that on last week's? Oh, last week's. Namakito, what's up? Is Viraj around? Is my buddy Viraj hanging around? GE. Oh, GE might be creeping right there. That one might be looking decent. Needs to clear that 685 range to continue up. $11.34. Cup and handle on 1 hour. Watch if price can break out above 1134 area. Boeing. Possible flag on 1 hour. Watch if price can move up with resistance around 153. Resistance between 153 to 154. Bed Bath & Beyond, another cup and handle. What is that? Cup and handle on 1 hour. Watch if price can break out above 765 area. Viraj went out for biking. Ah, I love hearing it. He's out getting his exercises, right? Is he wearing his mask out there? Is Viraj wearing a mask biking? How are you? I'm doing well. Thank you for liking my t-shirt. I just got it in the mail today. A friend got it for me. Really awesome. All right, so 982 resistance up to 1066. And do I want to put that one on? Maybe. Yeah, possible. 963. Possible flag on 1 hour. Watch for potential move up with resistance between $9.60 to $10. ABR. That's another one. To $9. 871 to $9. Possible inverse head and shoulders on 1 hour. Watch for possible move up with resistance between 870 to $9. See, they got me in a couple of these today that Thinkorswim puts at or below. I hate when it does that. All right. So now, Makita, wait. So no mask and no social distancing for kids outdoors? Is that your rule or is that the CDC rules? Summer is too short in Connecticut. Can't help it. What does Portnoy mean on T-shirt? So that's Dave Portnoy. He's the owner or the head of Barstool Sports. So he's just a funny guy. He's a funny marketer kind of guy. Very, if you don't like crude, funny humor, you might not like him. But he did a whole thing with him and then Eli Musk. They were doing a back and forth on something the other day. And then Portnoy put out a shirt saying, Portnoy, Elon Musk, 2024. Now, Makita, I have a feeling we would get along very well. I love it. Your own role. I love it. All right. So, well, that's the watch list for tomorrow, guys. So that is that. Any last questions while I put this together? MU. I will take a look at it. Give me 1 second. Just saving these watch lists. All right, MU. Bearish. It's bearish on the hourly. Got to see if it can hold that 200 SMA. And it's bearish on the daily. It's caught right here. I'd like to see a bullish candle, like something like this. You'll see there was a bullish hold and then it failed. But you got to see if it can hold basically that 20 EMA and get ideally above that 200 SMA and continue up. Namakita says, do you think we can start investing in airlines and cruise long-term perspective? Thanks. Potentially. Who the heck knows? They say that coronavirus is going to come back in the fall, so we're going to have a fall surprise. We'll have to see. They're setting up. American Airlines is setting up. If it can clear and continue up and get that push, let's look on the weekly. And then on a weekly, though, the weekly chart doesn't look as hot. So it's tough. It needs to get above that 9 EMA, and then ideally here, a lot of overhead resistance. I'm not a huge fan of those double top candles on the weekly. What's Carnival Cruise? What is cruise lines? DAL? Delta, okay, that's a little bit better. It's above the 9 EMA on the weekly now. Still has that double top, right? So possibly this is where you get screwed up. You know what I mean? That's the stuff that. So long term, I don't know. It is looking like it might be setting up, but weekly you just need to see it. I'd like to see it get above, what is that, $28. I'd like to see it get above that $28 level and continue up. CCL. Yeah, they're all very similar patterns right now. it's just so tough, guys, because you just don't. I mean, guys, let's call it like it is, right? We were just in a middle of. I mean, put it together. We started off this year, if you guys remember, we started off 2020 where we were supposedly going to go to war with Iran. Remember that, guys? There was that whole thing. I think there was a drone thing and something happened, and then we killed one of their leaders, and then we were going to go to war with Iran. That was a whole big thing at the very beginning of 2020, right? Going to war with Iran. Well, we didn't, right? So we're not in war with Iran. Stock markets were at all-time highs, right? And then what was going to happen? The whole Trump impeachment, right? Voting to get Trump out, right? So what happened with that? Well, House voted yes, Senate nay. And what happened? He's still in office. What happened? Stock markets at all-time highs, right? So we didn't go to war with Iran. Stock market at all-time highs. And then what happens, less than a month or so after he gets off of impeachment and he's still in the office? Coronavirus hits, right? So coronavirus comes magically out of the blue, crashes the stock market for 2 months. Supposedly we're all going to die, but we haven't. And then as we get some hope, right? You get the hope we're about to open everything. People are starting to open the country back up again. Things are getting better. And then magically terrible incident happens, right? Terrible incident happens. And now we have riots all over basically the world, right? So now we have riots all over the world. So what are we supposed to know how to invest long term? I don't know what's next. Who knows if there's going to be stuff next? I don't know what will be the next thing, but it seems like we keep having just crazy, huge, terrible events. And so when you're asking what to invest in long term, it's a bit difficult long term because you just don't know what's going to happen. Everything may be fine, may continue up, and hopefully we get, hopefully there's some peace that can happen soon, and then we can open the country back up, and then hopefully peace on both sides, and then hopefully you can get the market back up to all-time highs again. We'll see. But as far as things long term, or these industries, you just don't know. It looks like they're trying to keep it up. If Trump can keep these things up and he says he can do, if he's going to do QE and those things, then you would think, if Trump wants to be reelected, he would probably want to do everything he can to keep these industries up, right? You would think it would be not good to let them go under. So you would think logically he would try to do something to keep them up. So the short answer is I don't know what they're going to do or how they will be long term, but you would think some of them may, a couple, who knows? I don't know if all of them will, if all the airlines and cruise lines would make it, but you would like to think some of the bigger ones would, but CCL, yeah, I just looked up, CCL right here. Yeah, so I'd like to see it get above these levels right here. It's just longer term. I don't know. That's what Namakito was asking, I think. In Atlanta, a car came by and threw money out of the window. Are you serious? During the protest, a car came by and threw money out the window. Oh, jeez. Beyond Meat. Possible. It's got some... That resistance needs to break out. You got some resistance right around 145 to 147 if it can clear that 140-ish area. That's crazy. That was me. I drove by and I threw money out the window for you guys. You could thank me for that. If I was a betting man, though, I think my logical brain says I'm thinking after the election, depending whoever gets elected president or reelected, I'm thinking that's when we'll see some normalcy in things. That's just my brain. So I personally think we're just getting started. If you guys remember, guys, I told you guys coming into 2020, I made those videos back in December. If you guys were watching back then, I said, be aware of the election year of 2020 and things happening. Needless to say, I must be Nostradamus or something, because man, oh man, was I pretty damn good at predicting this stuff. Didn't know exactly what, but the stock charts, they warned us. They warned us something was a-coming. And a lot is happening. Oh, boy. All right. That's what I've got for you guys. You have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all later. Enjoy.